Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another Options and Play video update. Hope everybody had a fantastic holiday. A few days off if you didn't trade Monday. Hope you enjoyed the long extended weekend. Um, it's a great time to spend time with family and friends, kind of recharge the batteries, right? It's always good to step away, take your focus off the markets, or just kind of come back to it with like a fresh perspective, a fresh outlook, more energy, and even though this week is really like a ghost town in terms of like news, right? Still getting like a ton of action, and again, I've said this a bunch of times, and I really feel that this really sharply elevated volatility and wide swings at a time of year when you typically don't see this should bode well for January. So lots to look forward to. Um, Interestingly, right, our first decent up day, or at least what looks like it could be our first decent up day, right, is right in the Santa Claus rally window. So technically, the Santa Claus rally is only supposed to happen between Christmas and New Year's, and today's day one, and what do you know? We're up pretty substantially at the moment, close to 2%. And what I wanted to do was just kind of follow up with a video I did a few weeks ago, and it was, I basically said, like, what's up with the VIX? The market was acting weak, but the VIX just was signaling like no fear, and it was kind of like a similar setup to what you saw here, right? So we were hanging in like the low to high, low to mid 20s, and there just wasn't the type of fear that you would see that you normally associate with bottoms, right? So we have rebounded or put in bottoms when we didn't have a blow off in the VIX, but those had typically been like quicker moves where you get like a sharp move down and a quick snapback. Not anything like you see where we see like this elevated volatility, sharper decline for a while. So with the VIX just kind of hanging out and not really extending, you're like, well, maybe we need another leg down. We need that blow off in the VIX to really get people afraid and maybe flush out the weak hands and finally get the rebound going, right? So what's happened? Well, we finally started to take off, right? And the VIX got into that window, 30 to 40. Typically, when we have like these types of moves, 30 to 40 is the window where VIX tends to top out. So we did blow through it, right? So you could see we blow through it and actually went above 50, but really it was once we got into like this 40, the 30s to 40s, I mean, that really signaled. So after this move, it was 30s to 40s where it really signaled the high. And if you go back even further, right, you can see that 30s, right? 30s signal, 30s. We get the blow off move. This was the flash crash back in 2015, above 50. So, we are at the point where we could be entering, the point of the VIX where the fear is finally ratcheting higher, and you get the blow off move, the escalation in volume, blow off move higher, which was basically what you saw on Monday, finally took off. And we might actually be at the point where you could start saying like we could be close to like a near term bottom in the S&P, right? So it coincides 9 days down, eight, 9 sharp down days in a row. Finally, the VIX took off, right? What you see, volume was accelerating on the SPY, the Qs, the Dow, what have you, and now we get the bounce, right? Bounce after oversold. VIX finally took off. Spider's first decent day, and it coincides with the window for the Santa Claus rally. So it might not be the absolute bottom, but the signs are starting to shape up where we could be entering a near-term reversal or bottom. And, it might not be the absolute low. Maybe a month from now, maybe 2 months from now, we go lower. But finally starting to see that pickup in the VIX, which is really what you want. You want to get like that fear, because that is typically once you start getting to the bottoms of these types of sell-offs. So it's good. The VIX, you want to see the blow-off move in the VIX, and once you get up into the mid to high 30s, I mean, that's typically the window where you end up topping out. I mean, sometimes you get a blow-off move past like 40, but those are more unusual. So things are shaping up. Again, might not be the bottom, but it seems like the signs are starting to fall into place that we might be getting there. So that's why, with the options to play, you've seen me focus a little bit more on longs, cleaning up some shorts, right? You don't want to press shorts necessarily once the market's down like 8, 9, 10 days in a row. So focus on longs, looking for rebounds, looking for companies with news in the beginning of January. So that's what I was saying: the banks, the bios, retail, right? Those are what you want to focus on for potential rebounds, just because those are going to have news right when the calendar changes over 2019. We'll see though, right? Good or bad, we've been moving, and that's what creates opportunities for traders. So that's what you want. That's all you can hope for is action, and that's what we're getting. So, um, as always, I'd love to hear from you guys. Questions, comments. I know a lot of people might be away on vacation, so if you're just following up while you're away, I hope you enjoy like the rest of your time off. And again, lots to look forward to in January. So rest up, relax, and get excited because it should be a really busy start to January and the new year. So have a fantastic night, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.